Oh my god, I have to make a video and I'm so terrible at like thinking. Like maybe I should just be writing down like, oh, this is the subject, but just coming up with something before starting a video is well, my mind is constantly filled with like this sort of toxic chatter all the time. It's pathological and I'm mentally ill or something like that. Like it's just talk, but like whatever. Like if I sit down and I'm just normally doing things, not always, but a lot of times, it's fucking torture. And so it makes it really difficult to write, and like just being able to like sit in a room, like there's an advantage to like waking up early in the morning before everybody's doing everything. It's quiet, there's no noise or whatever. But like for me, it doesn't really matter. Like from the moment I go to sleep and fall asleep to the moment I wake up is just blah 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 the whole time, and I don't know how I'm gonna work through it. I wonder if I can find solutions or techniques to help with it. Is like toxic self-talk. You gotta learn with shit like that. Like if you got insults, you're telling yourself all these harsh judgments and all that. You gotta disconnect from your thoughts. Meditation really helps with this. Just observing your thoughts, and then just like they exist. These are symbols. These are words, but they're not necessarily wisdom. It could be chatter. It could be um, just whatever. But dealing with endless chatter. I don't know, like the best thing to do is just like in any situation, wherever you are, it's like work on yourself, learn more, and read philosophy, learn about morality, learn about the rules to life, how to moderate yourself, how to be excellent and honorable with everything you do. And like the primary good, although it's good to help others and take responsibility for your society and contribute to the greater good, ultimately external things to you are uncontrollable, and anything that isn't your internal kind of thoughts and your kind of willpower um, is superfluous or extra. Like the primary source of meaning that you can obtain if you educate yourself on it is moral excellence, and to act rightly in the best possible way in every situation, and cultivating that, like having this sense of like I'm on the side of good, I'm on the side of history that is right, I am helping contribute to things. Like it gives meaning, and you're supposed to find responsibilities that uphold that meaning and work towards the future of higher success, so that you can one, take care of yourself better, but two, uh, contribute something to society. And like yeah, I don't know. I didn't even want to make this video. I was gonna just make absolutely nothing. So I don't know what this counts for, but like, it's so important to stay mentally tough and healthy. Like so many people, like 90% of the population, is just in this shitty state. Like they don't take neurotropics or anything. Not that those are necessarily the biggest help by themselves. Like exercising and then eating well is gonna help out a lot more. But like meditating for a period of time, reading for a period of time, text of wisdom, text of the path to enlightenment or the path to goodness or a higher reason or some level of like articulation and understanding of reality, and trying to remove fallacies from your mind, which I guess I don't really know exactly what those are. I know like anger and lust and like attachments to certain things can hinder you in life, and like the idea ultimately that comes from Buddhism is like you reach enlightenment, and like you reach this state of not wanting or not grasping. But that's not necessarily the goal of most people's lives, and isn't going to fit in within the practicality of that. Like the lesson to be learned from that is to be detached from things. Don't put yourself to don't emotionally invest into any one thing, any one external thing. Like when your plans get disruptive, when someone dies, when you get fired from your job, like not having too much of an emotional reaction to those things can protect your tranquility and sense of mind. Like that's not to say to just be cold and careless, but like knowing that everything with death, or like someone passing away, knowing that it's like everyone's time is limited on this earth and must pass, and like it's no evil to die, and you're about as good as you were before you were born, which you don't even remember, and you don't and it doesn't cause any pain. So like it's not this terrible state necessarily, or whatever. Like you shouldn't fear death, and you should but you should still use it to like wisely. It's like I am going to die, my limited time on this earth is here, so I should hasten my feet and make do with my time and spend it well and act well and live a good life. It's like some people say, it's like, oh, I'm gonna die anyways, just do whatever you want. And it's like, that's so stupid. It's like, live miserable, poor, and like foolish and upset and like constantly drawn in by these hedonistic pleasures. Like that's not the answer. The answer is long-term responsibility and hardening your mind and preparing yourself for difficulty throughout life, and like learning as much as you can during the good times when you have the chance. And it's I don't know. I think that like at some point in our lives something difficult's gonna come along, and the people who aren't doing things to harden their minds, like some of them might not make it, or they might not have. I have no idea. People are pretty resilient. Maybe that's a bit pessimistic. Like even on the untrained mind, like when subjected to great deals of pain, um, but it's like that's a test that like is best prepared for rather than just hoisted on. And like when a crisis arises, when tragedy strikes, like what are you gonna do? And like one of the best things you can do is just stick on your mission, like learn, write, read, meditate, exercise, lift, run, um, do do whatever you can that can prepare your mind and train your mind to sharpen itself and withstand pain and terror.